Hey guys, welcome to stream. How you doing? Hey Lambert, hey Rosie, hey Catilla. Love having you guys here. The Spider-Man super gross. Yeah, hope you are doing okay. You had a good weekend, you had a nice week. Yeah. We are starting a new game today. Today's game is a visual novel developed and published by Don't Nod. They have had their hand and like they've been a part of many games, among them the games in the, or at least some of the games in the Life is Strange series, which is very popular and very well known. But they've also developed and published a couple other games by themselves, many of which I have in my library, one of whom is this one. And this is actually the first game I'm ever playing of them. But what I know of the other games that I have in my library that they've either had their hands in or developed themselves is they are all praised for their storytelling. Starting screen is super pretty. I'm very excited for this. Yeah, and this has been like on the back of my mind, like relatively high on my next to playlist for a long time, and I believe I've talked about this game specifically on stream a couple of times as well. I'm like, this is something I kind of have my eye on, and it might be the next thing we play. And then something else always happened. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure, like with visual novels, oftentimes I check or like double check the trailer before I start. I didn't do that today. It's like not in my best headspace right now. So I'm not entirely sure how much voice acting we have. Ideally, with visual novels, they're fully voice acted, so I have to do as little reading as possible. Thanks, Rosie. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you. I love you guys too. Oh, crying. Okay. But yeah, that's, I believe, all I have to say for now, and let's just head straight in. Yes. Okay, I do see the cursor on screen, so I'm trying to keep that. Okay, as far as I know, this is our main character. Missed calls from Laszlo. Plenty. Like every 3 minutes, dude. What the hell? Facial recognition. Not a fan immediately. But I love the art style. Art style is beautiful. Going back Polly. Old workshop, okay. Everything looks the same, but it feels so different. I dropped my bag in my old room. It's been 10 years since I moved out of this place. 5 since the last time I managed to come back here for holidays. When I was young, this island felt so small. But Now I'm realizing I was wrong about that. It's not small. It's just that I was growing up. I had my own ideas and had some time away, alone. Back then it felt like all the space here was meant for other, more important people. And by people, I mean my mother, Ursula. She's always been so purposeful, so dedicated, so focused. She casts a long shadow. Now I find myself stepping back into the place where we lived together for so many years. The Naiads. Is that like an old bath or pool that they used as a living space? Or like part of it at least? That's like kind of dope. A big residence open to all, filled with artists and creatives. Okay, so it is probably like this looks definitely like an old pool that got like renovated and repurposed. I'm guessing it was more like a community space. The backbone of Alma, the surrounding neighborhood. At least it was. With Ursula gone missing, the place feels empty now, almost abandoned. I decided to go straight to my mother's room. I was just thinking I always find it interesting when characters talk about their, like, call their parents by their first name. After, like, introducing them. So, like, if you introduce your parent to someone, hey, this is my mother, and then you say their name, that's one thing. But if it's, like, in other situations like this, where it's just, oh, after... it wasn't after my mother disappeared, like, it wasn't after my mother disappeared, it was after Ursula disappeared. I'm like, that always trips me up and was like, why do you call your mother by her first name like that? Okay, I decided to go straight to my mother's room, to the heart of the problem. Everything looks familiar. And everything feels strange. I hear a sound, and some instincts freezes me in place. Nobody's home. The noise, I hear it too. That sounds like water in a big tank, or like in a tank system being moved around. When you have like air bubbles moving around in the tank system, this deep bloop, bloop, bloop. The noise emerges from somewhere inside my mother's room. Exactly that bloop, bloop. Kind of like a water cooler, just a lot louder and deeper because the tank is shining inwards. A heartbeat and a gentle pearl-like rattling. A soothing sound. A call. A name, whispered, chanted. I feel compelled to open the door and... Okay, magical necklace, or like magical device on a necklace that teleports us into another place and gives us a new dress. Nice. Why are you giving me that look? Hell? Nexus. Okay. So Nexus is usually like a connecting point. Where am I? Good question. The world around me. I've never seen anything like it. An endless panorama, a limitless horizon. My head spins. Honestly, yeah, fair reaction. Like, yeah, come on, Kath, yeah. But like, we have just as much right to be shocked. I was wondering what the water ripples were in the starting screen. Probably that, yeah. And there, looking at me like I'm an old friend, is a girl. She seems surprised, as if my presence was a shock to her.
Oh, didn't see you there.
Oh, so we do have voice acting for other characters who aren't us. That is a relief. Thank you. Bliss. Interesting name. I like your style though. It's very colorful.
Take your time, Sprout.
You had something around your head
Not
there.
every day you wake up in a new dimension.
Mm-hmm. My ears are ringing. Head swimming. I feel like I'm in the strangest dream ever. But I take a breath and focus.
There you go. You'll get the hang of it in no time.
Who is this person? See, in a situation like this where we don't know, like some games do this, where as long as you don't know who a person is, they don't show their name, or like if you have like a space for the name of a character, it's like question marks until you either find out somewhere or another who they are or they tell you. I kind of wish they would have done that here, but yeah, that's just nitpicky, like ultimately not that important. But it's always a little irritating when the character, like the protagonist, asks himself a question that I, as the player, was already given the answer to. It kind of messes with the immersion when I, as the player, know significantly more than my character. Who's the person? She puts down the game console she was playing with and rushes over to me.
So, I guess we've got a lot to discuss.
As long as you do the reading, sure.
Who are you? I'm Polly.
Oh, okay. Alternatively, we'd have full voice acting, and the only thing I have to read is our internal thoughts. Even better. No, you're not Polly, you're Harmony. Yay, thank you. Or like you were Polly. In another dimension, you are Polly. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't, I don't know. Not entirely sure what happened to you. Maybe you've stopped existing.
Actually, you're Harmony for us over here.
Especially with this being like first person POV having names shown is an interesting choice. She seems to be looking at my clothes and... What happened? Why am I dressed like a priestess? Breathe. I need to breathe.
I'm Bliss. This world is Reverie. And it's in big trouble.
What?
Both my world and yours are on the brink of collapse. Not pillaged and plundered by an invading army or something cool like that. No, this is ugly. Bad news. Collapsing from within, you know?
No, I don't know.
Wait, slow down, please. I was just in my mother's room, and I picked up this necklace, and...
See this?
The girl points to an object floating in the middle of the platform. Okay, so like this thingy here? An orb. It sort of looks like a heart. Wrapped in blue flames. It's radiating a powerful surge of emotions. How do I know
Don't
this?
look at it for too long, Sprout. It'll bum you out.
Challenge accepted. How long is too long?
Incredible.
And yet, it's fragile. More than it has ever been.
I take a few steps toward it, Waves of comforting warmth and aging cold wash over me. Nothing can bum me out more than my self-bliss. That's a mood. Sensations of solitude and togetherness, emptiness and excess. So anything and everything everywhere all at once, or what? I'm on the verge of tears, but I'm already there. Gripped by a sense of helpless sorrow beyond my control. Yeah, that's called depression.
I know who you are. And I know you have to touch the heart of Reverie.
Ooh, touchy. The
Touch
heart.
it! Touch it and see the future!
I have 3 wonderful people in my chat who will have no problem taking your enthusiasm to me touching something and making it dirty. I comply. My fingers seem to go right through the surface. It's neither cold nor hot. Softly rough. Yeah, it's like everything. Guilty as charged. I know you guys, but that's why I love you. You and your dirty fucking minds. I feel a slight shock. Almost imperceptible.
What the...
You're connected to Reverie now. You'll be able to travel between our world and yours.
Okay, at least that sounds useful. But still kinda evasive that you had me do that without fully explaining me what the effect would be. Just saying.
What do you mean, travel? I have so many questions.
Looks like you're searching for your mother. This'll point you in the right direction. Introducing the Augural, an amazing tool you can use to strategize and plan out the future.
How do I use it?
The girl takes a sip of her drink and a few seconds to reply. Is it simply theatrics, or is she figuring out the best way to explain?
See for yourself, Sprout.
Okay, welcome to Harmony. This tutorial will give you all the knowledge you need to explore the story. Cool. Story notes. The future is visible to you in the form of interconnected notes. Okay, so this is the big blue bubbles. Got it. Each note contains a fragment of story that you can choose to unveil. That's just notes. Hey, first I have to go through the tutorial, okay? Chill, Lambert, give me a minute. Close the tutorial and use left mouse button on the first note to select it. Okay, simple enough. With consent. Rosie? I mean, check out Limbeck's chat. In the brackets. Okay? Like, yes. I was going to do this. Don't you try defending yourself. No one's innocent here. You all are dirty little fuckers, and I love you. Alright, I'm touching the first note with consent. First steps. What is this? Where am I? When a note is selected, information about its fragment of story appears on the right of your screen. Okay, I'm not covering that up. Nice. I never said I wasn't that in mind as certain-minded as you, or even more so. I'm perfectly aware that that is exactly why we get along so well. But let me also remind you that I am not the person who said quote 39, okay? But I'm fully aware that dirty minds work both ways. Alright, so when another selected information about its fragment of story appears on the right side of the screen, so here. You were sure you were good into that too? I mean, you kinda were by the game and me. I admittedly, you kinda were. Because the game was like, oh yeah, I believe it was talking about a movie with a creative use of a doggy door, and I'm like, do they mean what I think they mean, or... And then you ask that famous question. Oh yeah, well, what we're supposed to think. What other creative way is there to use a doggy door? Information about the fragments on your screen. Okay. Use this information to plan your journey through the story. Okay. And that makes me... Okay, so definitely we will have, like, places where we have splits. Like, we can already see that we can decide between two choices. I'm guessing that will also mean, like, we'll forge our path, always have to choose one. And we kind of make decisions and have a different story outcome, depending on our decisions. At least sort of limited. Probably there's a limited time set of choices and a limited set of ending, kind of. I'm expecting. What I am wondering is how much you can explore in one game. Like if I choose the left one here, for example, on the second row of notes, and I like follow the story with this one to the end, can I then kind of go back in the same save file and explore the other path and see where that leads? So we're kind of having, like Beacon Pines was like that, where I could go back in the same save and go forward from different points and choose different paths and continue the story from there. But it could also be like, I don't know, Until Dawn, where you make a choice and it's finite for that playthrough. Okay, close this tutorial to use the mouse button again on the note to see the fragment it contains. Thank you for the code, Cotilla. Alright, so let's press it again. First steps. So what is this? What happened? What the hell just happened?
Your Grawl allows you to see the future. That's this board, you know?
Oh, girl. Okay.
Before today, time was linear for you. From now on, well, it dances to your tune.
Okay, that sounds more like we'll have a Beacon Pines situations where I can go back and forth and explore different paths. It's official. It's always been official, darling.
It's incredible. How come I can do that?
Magic.
I'm an aspiration. Me and my friends need a heart to exist. But our heart is weak.
An aspiration. Alright, let me quickly go. Like, English is not my first language, I'm sorry, so sometimes I want to double check or double check words to make sure I understand them correctly. No, not aspirin phone, don't autocorrect me. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Aspiration. Bliss is an aspiration. Is harmony one as well? Like at least in this world? Is that why we had to connect to the heart? Because otherwise we couldn't continue existing in this world? Does that mean Bliss also has someone in my world connected to her? Our heart is weak. Okay, but it seems like we all share the same heart. Okay. There's probably a word similar to aspiration that is like breathing in water. Like aspiration, respiration, something similar like that probably. Yeah, like a strong wish, but I also saw that it like can be something considered breathing. Let me double check. Yeah, it's kind of like to wish or like to strive towards, like to have an aspiration to become a doctor, like to strive to become a doctor, kind of like that. Medical dramas, I feel like people are aspiring things all the time. What aspiring? That's what you Catholic was thinking. Cool. Okay, so our heart is weak.
And you're special, Sprout. You can help us. You can save us all.
Bliss attempts to smile, but it looks forced. Perhaps because I look so confused. For a moment, the words mean nothing to me. It has ambition meanings and suction breathing meanings and meanings specific to linguistics. That's a weird word. Weird and cool. But why me? And why was the necklace in my mother's room? Could this oracle be the key to finding my mother?
Let's start with something easy. Truth or dare?
Truth. Truth or dare? She's serious? The light in her eyes tells me so. She is serious. Okay, that's our first choice. Hey! Branchings. The question mark symbol means only one of the next two notes can be played. The other one will be blocked forever. Okay. So I guess we will have some where we can go back and others where we can't. Choice paralysis. Not here. You can only take one at Lambrecht. This reminds me so much of a character from something. No idea which piece of media though. Someone's younger sister is all I'm getting. Definitely young sister vibes, yeah. Okay. Choose which part of the story you want to see unfold. Truth. Don't know where this is going, but talking seems less risky. I just like truth. I'm an honest person. I like other people being honest as well. Lambrecht's perpetually set up. I wonder how you can play this game with some kind of immortal child, but I
Truth.
accept.
Tell me about your mum. Do you like her?
Tough story. I would say it's a complicated relationship. I'm not getting hate, I'm getting standing in her shadow. Words are spilling out of my mouth uncontrollably.
Things are difficult between us.
Good. You made a choice. And now, what we're experiencing is unique and special.
All at once, I feel ashamed. What was I thinking? To open up to this unknown entity. So much and so suddenly. That was opening up so much. I mean, maybe they cut it short for timers, like, but like, to be like, oh my god, I opened up so much, will be like, I've word vomited like my entire life story and the complicated story of me and my mother for 20 minutes straight. That was one sentence. You really just said it's complicated. That's not opening up. Like, how closed off are you as a person if that is opening up? Jesus.
Don't worry about that.
Hang on. Can't you hear my thoughts? Intrusive, excuse me. I think, therefore I am. Get out of my head. Maybe we should take a break and have her tell you where this shop is. That would be nice as well. Because Harmony is just like the most insecure and introverted person ever. Maybe that as well. But yeah, she needs to stop. Get out of my head. That's
I'm
rude.
trying, but I can't help catching some of them. Like listening to a foreign lingo you half know. But go on. Tell me about your mother.
Okay, now comes the word vomit. Takes me a couple seconds to refocus.
You make it sound so... clinical. It's just that I never knew her. I mean...
I can feel Bliss's presence in my head retreating, being pushed back. I can actually keep her out of my thoughts if I concentrate hard enough. So I continue.
She's always been there, pushing me, picking me up after failures and mistakes.
Okay, so far that sounds like an okay, supportive mother. Like, depending on how exactly that went, it could be like supportive or like kinda dance mom kind of vibes, you know what I mean? So far, I'm not getting any weird vibes from mommy.
But who she really is, deep down, as a person, I have no clue.
Okay, so she's just as introverted and closed off and as you are. Great, awesome. We're suddenly back at the Naiads. If not for the familiar surroundings, I might not have noticed the shift.
What the...
Is this your room? Nice.
Oh. You're... here?
Well, sort of. I'm really still in Reverie, but with a bit of effort, we aspirations can push ourselves into brittle. And as you shifted yourself back here, I thought I'd come with.
What do you mean you wouldn't have noticed as if you didn't know this place? Yeah, that as well. Like, I feel like the place you were in had a very distinct look. Like, and if you suddenly were somewhere completely different, you would have noticed either way. Good call, Catilla.
I did?
Don't worry about it. Those new powers of yours will take a bit of getting used to. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, your mum.
My fingers trace circles on the desk. A mandala of dust.
Would you say she was distant?
Always. She kept me at bay. Refused to let me into her world. She wanted me to become this great artist.
I have mixed feelings about this. And I don't know, us finding the necklace in her room made me think like mom was hiding something. But I kind of understand the struggle of a mother being distant, especially if you're like, if she's the only parent you have. And so far we had no mentions of a father. Or I believe, was there mention that it was just the two of them? Might have been. I'm not sure anymore.
And instead I went into medical research.
Okay. How did you feel about that?
She was always there, always present, but never close. Does that make sense?
So there was a mention in the beginning there was just the two of them. Okay, so I thought so. It does make sense. There was a phase in my life where my mom was like basically my childhood and all my teens. My mom was like that as well, like a lot. Why am I asking? My stomach hurts. Why am I hurting myself? Have you ever considered that hurting is part of healing?
She never even cried. When Dad left, she simply closed that book and opened another one.
Hard for me to imagine. Could be, of course, that it was that simple for her. Like a clean cut, emotionally. Could also be that she just posed like that in front of you because she didn't want to burden you with her feelings. My fingers paint an infinite spiral again and again. It feels soothing, like I'm making a bridge to connect two different drawings. And we're suddenly and brutally back in the other world.
What's going on?
Don't ask me. You're the one who brought us here.
Yeah, but I've literally been playing this game for 10 minutes. I don't understand shit about what I'm doing, and neither does Harmony.
Traveling between worlds like it's nothing is... well, shows what amazing powers you have.
I smell. The future. The futures are slowly unfolding. Hidden future, okay? Polly can catch a glimpse of the future, but entire parts of it sometimes remain hidden from her. Notes with an enclosed eye symbol will hide all the notes behind them. Hidden notes cannot be interacted with. They conceal all information about the fragment they contain. You will need to progress through the augural until you reach this note to reveal it and see beyond it. Now going to use to zoom in and out. Okay. Need to move the camera, okay. Okay, that doesn't look like much right now. Okay, a new phase. I can feel someone else is coming. Damn, this is weird. I open my eyes again. The two paths have merged into one.
Go on, what do you see? What do you feel?
I sense a new being. A new force. It's getting closer.
That, I believe, would be me.
Okay, so we have bliss, harmony, power. A tall silhouette comes into focus before my eyes, surrounded by electric blue fish dancing in the air. Wait? I knew Bliss was tiny, but now she looks positively minuscule. What's with the fish? I don't know what is with the fish.
I am power. An aspiration like our minuscule bliss over there.
Ironic that you used the word I just used. He reads my mind too. I'm going to have to work harder to keep them out of my hand. Okay, I'm already getting the feeling that we are kind of connected. Like at first when Bliss was like, oh yeah, this is Reverie's heart, we aspirations are connected to it, but it's weak. And I like have to like make it stronger, help it or something like that. I was like, okay, so is that heart its own entity? Is it connected to a person? Does that mean we are all connected to the same person? Or is that like just a thing, but we are like actually connected to different people? So basically, like Harmony takes the shape of Polly, right? So is that just what she represents in this world, and then we have in our world someone who represents, like, who is the human equivalent of power, and someone who is the human equivalent of bliss, and so on. But I'm starting to feel like maybe we're just like fragments or like aspirations of one and the same person. And that is potentially Polly. Well, it would have to be Polly, right?
No offense, Bliss.
None taken. I prefer the term fun-sized.
You are fun-sized. That's a good way to put it. A little laugh slips out of me. Suddenly, this whole situation feels absurdly mundane, as though I've always been a part of this. Maybe I've been. Maybe I've been.
You must be Harmony.
Harmony. What a name. Am I one of them?
You have seen how weak our heart is. It won't last long. Great changes would come to pass. You might even call them cataclysmic.
The ground beneath me suddenly feels shaky, unstable.
But what can I do? I'm just looking for my mother. I didn't ask for any of this.
You now know that chance does not exist. The futures laid out before you will force your hand. They will require you to make choices. Choices that are ruthless, difficult, even painful.
For some reason, I'm weirdly excited about that.
Choose wisely, follow your objective, and your diligence will be rewarded with a valuable resource.
Ah, knew I forgot something.
I mean, it definitely sounds ominous, but I'm like, yeah, stakes. We have stakes, awesome.
There's this energy called egregor, right? It's basically how we exist in your world.
Okay. Blue energy called egregor. Okay. It's basically how aspirations exist in my world, so like the real world. Uh-huh.
It kind of tastes like, you know that blue soda?
No, actually don't.
Egregor is rare and powerful. It is not to be drunk. Some choices you make will generate egregor and bind us together. Use it wisely.
Okay.
What? What are you expecting from me?
The aspirations meet my doubts with a knowing look. I don't like that they can see my thoughts, read my intentions.
Ah, you got it. I can tell because your mind's gone all hard. Difficult to hear.
Okay, do I have to choose a companion next? It looks like I'm getting better at pushing them away from what's in my head.
We have much more to tell you, but a good leader knows what to reveal and what to leave unsaid. For now, of course.
The two aspirations look at each other. Something is shared in their glance. An emotion, a memory, but I don't know what it is. I'll need to find out by myself.
The key is your mother, Harmony.
Her disappearance must be linked with what happened here.
Or maybe our mother was the heart, but something happened to her, and we kind of will have to replace her. Sorry, I tend to do that. I tend to see at the beginning of the story, I try to kind of see into the future and kind of make predictions what it will turn out to be. Pulse, they glance at each other.
Some of our number are lost, scattered.
And we work better if we're a team.
How many of them are there?
But that's for later. Right now, the priority is your mother.
Exactly.
We must find her. Or else...
Else?
Your heart will get weaker?
The look in their eyes tell me I'm right. Mm-hmm.
Find your mother. Explore the futures.
I'm not. The view from up here is stunning. My head feels heavy. So much has been dropped on me. So much. I need to close my eyes. Okay, objectives. A new objective node has been revealed. Objective nodes are marked by a ray of light shining from their center. Try to reach them to progress through the story. Use tab to open the notifications panel and see the new objective node. Okay, codex, objectives, a long road ahead. Bliss, that's as far as you can see, Sprout. You'll need to give one of us a Gregor to get here. Uh-huh. Sanctuary of Bliss. I thought that I would be forced to choose between one of them. Okay, what's this? Kind of home. Oh! Kind of spoiled myself there. An awakening. I'm back on Earth. Was all of that real? I can tell right away that I'm not in Reverie anymore. The sun over Athena is hot and dry. I stretch out my arms, feeling the muscles there resisting. A minute. I just did a minute to think this through. I came here to find my mother, discover the necklace that transported me far away. And now I'm able to instantly travel between worlds and talk to gods?
Is that it?
That wasn't a dream. All my studies into the human mind, all my research, I've never heard of anything like this. It wasn't a seizure or hallucination. You sure about that? This was all the legends and tales my mother wrote about in her poetry. All the stories she told me as a kid. An invisible world opened up in front of me with the Augural. I need to act. I need to embrace this. Okay. Crystals. These two nodes are blocked by a barrier. I already saw that. Barriers block access to certain nodes until they are removed. It seems crystals are required to unlock either of these two nodes. These symbols show you that you need a bliss or a power crystal to progress through the story. Crystals can be gained as you progress through the Augural. Here are the crystals you seek. Do you see the symbols? Yep. In the upper part of these two nodes, I do. Progress through the Augural and play one of them to gain a crystal and break the corresponding barrier. Okay, at last, a familiar face. Okay, we'll meet someone named Nora. I already know that because unfortunately I checked out the notes. Yeah, I wouldn't write out read it off just because it was based on stories my mom told you. Yeah. I walk back inside. My head still swirling with words, names, predictions. And then... Nora. I can hear her footsteps outside the room. Knowing her, she's about to barge in. I rub my eyes and run my hands through my hair. Trying to wake from... Reverie?
Polly?
Hi. I can feel tears in my eyes. A sweet taste in my mouth. Static electricity raising my shoulders and arms.
Polly! You're here!
Nora! Come here!
She crosses the room and we hug. It's the first human contact I've had in months. She feels so good, so warm and familiar.
How are you?
Good! I mean, fine, considering what's going on.
What is going
It's
on?
okay. We'll find her. I know we will.
Okay, missing mom. I thought maybe there's something else.
So much has happened.
Tell me.
Hold on, I need some coffee. It's keeping my brain from rotting.
She drinks coffee now. She's definitely older. A young woman. Please, no one make the oven joke, it's so dumb. In the kitchen, Nora makes us both coffee and launches into, well, about 8 different stories at once, all tangled together. She hasn't changed, always carrying an entire world of plots and characters and charming adventures with her. A Nora verse of energy.
And yeah, Grandpa's gone through all 5 stages of grief, though for a while I thought he was stuck on denial.
I smile as she hands me over a huge mug, filled to the brim with caffeine.
Nothing beats a really cheap, super strong coffee.
Can she see you?
Oh, no, you're fine. Just don't start talking to yourself. Weirds people out.
You had to think to yourself. I can hear your thoughts, remember?
I'm so sorry. I'm talking so much. Can't believe it's the first time you've been back in years.
Yeah, it's... you know.
Oh, I know. Things were difficult with Ursula.
It doesn't feel good to admit my mother always showed more love and affection to Nora than to me. I'm not jealous. Yes, you are. Nora deserves love. Of course she does, but she's her mother, and of course you want her to show you some love as well. Been there, done that. It's hard to stop thinking about the reasons behind it. Was I harder to love? Why do I have to meet characters in games like that? That remind me of myself. Yeah, so some Pexy lore. My mom is a teacher, elementary school level. And like that was a bit of an issue. And like the other issue was I have an older brother. And like growing up, I basically constantly felt like I was playing third fiddle between those two interests. Like for my mom, it's like it always felt like her work came first, and since she's a teacher, her work involved a bunch of children. Like in theory, there's nothing wrong with that. A teacher dedicated to her class, to her students, to her work. But yeah, when you as one of their children feel like you have to, I don't know, set yourself on fire and do cartwheels to get at least a mediocre amount of attention, it is frustrating. And then I feel like I've always felt like growing up that our parents tried their best to not like treat my brother and me different, like they had to, because there's a sizable age difference between of us, so we always had different needs that came with different ages. But basically they didn't want to be like, oh, one is the favorite child kind of thing. So I don't believe he was the favorite child, but he still received more attention than I did because, you know, he's older. He hit puberty much earlier than I did, and had like a very troubled like time there, like troubles in school, troubles in private. And so like they had basically were kind of forced to pay a lot of attention to him because of that. And like I was the one who like didn't get beaten up at school, and they didn't get the Fs, so it was like, yeah, the girl is fine, she gets A's, she's not showing up with bruises, it's him we have to kind of care about. So yeah, like I can be mad about it for her, about like to her, like I get it, like on a logical, like it makes sense. You like take care of the kid that gets Fs and gets beaten up, and try to help them. And like and you'll like have oh, my other kid, yeah, she's fine, and she was not fine. She wasn't fine.
But she'd been different lately. We had a fight before she went missing.
Ursula was upset with you.
Nora's always gotten along well with my mother. I can't remember the last time they fought.
Have you heard about all the job openings at MK?
MK, okay. It's another very similar experience growing up. Sorry about that. No, I wanted to join MK. Okay, what is MK? A few months ago, she was telling me how intrusive and problematic they were. Okay, can I check on, like... No, okay, so I cannot check my glossary while I'm in dialogue. So I have no idea what MK is.
The city's getting more expensive by the minute, and the pay's good, and it's interesting work, I guess.
Okay, yeah, so the bad guys. Like, or like we're not happy. MK. Government, security, military, I don't know. But like, bad vibes. That's as much as, that's the maximum I'm getting.
Did I mention the pay? Because, Paul, we're barely getting by here. And there's this school I'd like to go to, a rather expensive school, but Ursula felt I was betraying myself, and we had a fight, and I had to sleep at a friend's place for a couple of days.
The age-old struggle of artists.
That bad?
I just needed some space, some air.
The shiver of static electricity is back, through my fingers, up my back. The necklace feels lighter around my throat.
I know MK isn't perfect, but I can't live here forever. No way I can move out without a job.
MK isn't perfect, but it's not a sentence I thought I'd hear from Nora's mouth. Okay, who and what is MK? Like, I want to know specifics.
What do you think?
No. Don't you force me to make a decision when I don't know shit about the organization we're talking about here. Like, bad vibes. Okay, got it. But, like, how bad? As I think about how to answer, I feel the weight of the decision. This is the kind of choice Bliss was talking about. Oh, you fuckers. Huh, okay, here. Okay, what is MK? Mono Concern. Mono Concern started as a humble piping company in the early 20th century. 1 century later, it has grown from a water supply company to become the biggest company on Athena. Mono Concern specializes in new technologies and offers a wide array of services. Privates, drone deliveries, Medicaid, and much more. Job opportunities abound in a variety of areas, providing roughly half of Athena's population with a steady income and the promise of a brighter future. Okay, so the thing is, bad vibes, yes and no. Honestly, this description is giving pretty neutral vibes. Like the bad vibes are coming purely out of the context from that conversation we just had. I mean, in principle, like given my real world, real life experience, having a private company that's probably profit oriented, or most likely profit oriented, meddle in areas such as water supply and like medical aid is problematic to the max. Like water more so than like medical is also already bad. Medical and for profit is like basically anything that's for profit, you can pretty much guarantee the quality is lowering, price is rising, and basically customers are getting fucked over. And at least if the company can allow itself it, and the company can do that if it has a monopoly, which strongly sounds like they do unless they have established themselves like that, and if you provide a service or a product that everyone needs. That's why water and medical aid are such critical things that should not be in private hands and in for-profit hands ever, under absolutely no circumstances. Making assumptions based on this description, what we've seen earlier, and I have concerns. Yeah, that is also what I wanted to say. We have seen video cameras that were in public spaces, obviously for like protection reasons, scanning Polly's face. That was very much like giving 1984, like, you know, Big Brother, high-tech, super vision kind of vibes. I mean, drone deliveries are very neutral, but like, yeah. Okay, this is actually an interesting thing. Like, this description is very neutral. And I'm going basically off of my real life experience to see that I'm assuming this is a for-profit company. And at a for-profit company, being in control of water supply and medical aid, as just said, is probably like very bad news. But the thing I'm kind of struggling with right now is I haven't seen any of it. I'm assuming bad things. But I'm basing this off very neutral information the game provides me, some like vibes I'm getting from the characters that shows me how they see it, and like they cannot like it. But just because like I don't necessarily have to agree with the views of my characters, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of in a mood right now where I'm like I don't necessarily have to agree with how the two of you think. And much more what they hiding. Much more services, yeah. So they definitely strive to be like an all-round we provide everything, and like every service, every good goes through our hands. So yeah, definitely monopolistic vibes. Which again is on in a general basis extremely problematic. But I don't know, I have something inside me that tells me, hey, what if that is that one company, that one world of that one company that actually doesn't suck ass? Even though it sounds like they probably suck ass. Like, what if Mono Concern started out as a like community project to like have the public piping like community organized, and they founded a company for that? You know, like I see a lot of red flags here, but something inside me is like, maybe I'm getting tricked. That's kind of what my concern is. Maybe the game is tricking me with the amount, like with the information it presents me and how it presents it to me. Okay, now Nora wants to work for them. Now I have to make a decision, huh? Support Nora. This is what she wants to hear. Support, not judgment. Warn her. She doesn't want to hear this, but it's for her own good. Okay, thought. I hate this decision. I mean, the game told me I would have to make a difficult decision. The thing is, this is not a difficult decision because I have like a lot of information. Like basically the difficulty in this decision is I feel like I am missing tons of information. So like if I would be speaking to Nora directly, I would tell her I cannot give you like my opinion on this because I have literally too little information to base a proper opinion on. So I guess I can't really base my decision here on what I think about the company and if I actually think that is a good choice for Nora or not. I will have to base it on which aspiration I want to support myself, and that is bliss. So they're gonna be supportive. As I open my mouth, I can feel bliss speaking energy at my side. Sparkling energy, sorry.
Oh, this is gonna be good. I can feel it.
It's interesting since Polly definitely knows about MK, we don't know shit. Yeah, it's exactly opposite from before, where I had more information than Polly did because I already knew the names of our characters. And now Polly has much more information than I do. Oh, also I just seeing it. Pride flag. Up here. Very tiny. Yellow, blue, and white. What is that? Is that trans? No. Oh my god, I have to admit I'm so bad with pride flags. I'm gonna try. Is that a trans one? Or the pan one? Get the trans one? Oh, okay, not as bad as I thought. Happy Pride Month.
But what if I'm just telling her what she wants to hear, so I don't make her feel bad, to avoid saying something uncomfortable?
Everybody wants support for their accomplishments or their
aspirations. Also, sometimes people, like again, it's the struggling artist problem. I've actually had a friend recently reach out to me because they were frustrated because they like also had troubles finding jobs and jobs that they wanted to do and they paid well and stuff, and they were like, okay, basically the only job offer I have is kind of this, but it's like not something I would like to do, like it's not something I want to use my talents for. And I'm like, Listen, I know you're unhappy. I can understand that you're frustrated about this. It's just, fact of the matter is sometimes you have to do shitty jobs in your life. And they're just a stepping stone into a brighter future. For the accomplishment or the potentially life-ruining decisions. Let's hope MK doesn't suck. Yeah, well, I'm kind of hoping that it's not that kind of job where, like, once you're in, you're never leaving. Or at least you're not leaving alive. I'm basing this on, yeah, it might suck, but at least it pays well. And if she's only doing it for a year or two and then she can quit and go to the school she wants to, then, like, yay! That would definitely be good. Yeah, that would be good.
Mistakes?
But yeah, also that. As much as I hate to say it, making mistakes is not a bad thing. That's how you learn and how you grow. And it's not necessarily the best policy to protect someone from making every single mistake. Like, if it's like, again, I don't feel confident in judging like how big of a mistake is this. So again, if this is like potentially life-threatening, I wouldn't like take the risk. But if it's like, okay, experience like how corporate jobs are, and like especially for an artist, that's potentially like a really soul-sucking experience that like is extremely bad on you. But it can also like I had these jobs as well. I've had jobs that like sucked the life out of me. But I also learned a lot there. I learned a lot about the world and the working space and about myself doing these jobs. And about people. So it's as long as it doesn't kill you, view it as a learning experience that helps you grow. And again, I'm just hoping we don't cause Nora to die with this. Okay. The words lift the weight of me. Liz is right. It's not my place to pass judgment, is it? I smile at Nora.
Money, responsibility, a chance for a fresh start. Maybe you should take it.
Seems like everyone hates MK, except the people who work there. So maybe I'm missing something. And if I took a job there, I'd find out what.
Okay, see? Again, kinda ambiguous. Like, I see a lot of red flags, but I'm also getting like some, maybe not as positive as some people like to paint it. Like, I'm not entirely sure. I have too little information about this. So yeah. You go, girl. Do your best.
It's been hard. Laszlo and Ursula have always helped me out, but I want my own home now, my own life.
I smile, projecting warm affection and reassurance.
Oh, my goodness. I need another hug.
Yay! I nod and smile. She jumps forward into my arms.
I missed you so much. You're always so supportive, so calm, so sure of yourself.
No, that's just fake. Genuinely interested to see what's going to happen. Could go in any direction. Hugs for Nora. Hugs for Nora. Nora can't see my face. She's missing the clouds of doubt passing before my eyes. Me? Sure myself? Yeah. That is also something I have learned in the second half of my 20s. I'm fully convinced that like no adult has their shit together. Or like very, very few adults. There's maybe 1% of adults who truly have their shit together. The remaining 99%, me included, just pretend we have our shit together. But we don't. We so don't have our shit together. Like not at all. No. That's probably the energy I've learned to give off. Inside me, though. Inside, my world is upside down.
This feels good.
It does.
Nora squeezes harder. Don't you dare make that dirty.
I'm sorry I didn't visit.
I squeeze back. I'm communicating mentally with my chat and warning them not to be nasty. Hey, don't you bonk me!
I was busy and I wanted to keep everything from here at a distance.
I feel that. I had a time, again in my mid-20s, after like I lived with my brother for a couple of years, and there was always just like, he's had issues as a teen, he has issues as an adult. It was always a lot of drama surrounding him, unfortunately. And after like I moved out and lived up my own, which was a very big step, and like it was also like very nerve-wracking, and like I also feel Nora here, like living for yourself the first time. It's like, oh my god, I have to take care of everything. Like I have to be able to afford rent and make sure I have a job that pays, and like I have to do all the contracts and insurances and yada yada yada, all the stuff. Rose is back. What are we squeezing? Nothing. We are squeezing nothing. Here, the lemons and oranges in the bowl. That's what we're squeezing. We're making lemonade.
A plant like me, well,
Oh.
it needs water and sunshine and distance from its parents.
Okay, yeah, what I want to say, sorry, I hit, my mouse there, I hit my mouse button there, on accident. So yeah, after moving out of the shared apartment I have with my brother, I, like, really took space from my family for, like, a year and a half. Just because, I mean, apart from the fact that it was the COVID-19 pandemic and it was, like, okay, social distancing, but even if that hadn't been the case, I would have been like, yeah, I need a break from all the drama. And just be by myself for a while. Or like by myself as possible. Like sometimes you need that. To kind of, yeah, be yourself to find yourself. Kind of vibes. Nora lets out a laugh. It's round and booming. That's the laugh I remember. Then she releases me. We're both recharged, both at peace.
Come on. I guess we should find Laszlo.
I could do with a drink.
I guess it's 3 p.m. somewhere, huh? Maybe passing out and forgetting about the necklace and those 2 weird... I stopped the thought before it expands beyond my control. Family first. Because that's why I'm here, isn't it? Family? I don't know, if you have to question yourself, you're not sure. Obviously. I collected my first crystal! Yay! Crystals collected during a chapter are not kept when you move on to the next one. Okay. The barrier has fallen and can now reach the objective node. Sanctuary of Bliss. Let the pajama party begin. Uzi was hoping we were squeezing butts. Okay, look. Polly and Nora were hugging, so I guess... Imagine what kind of body parts were squeezed in that hug. Consensual. Yes, consensual. Yeah, so like... Just imagine it. What? Blizz's unbreakable egg. Was just about to say, is that an egg? Is that a zeppelin? When I return to my senses, I am no longer on Latino. There's a warm blanket around my body, a soft whisper in my ear, and then a playful voice.
Finally! There you are! What you did back there, that was nice of you. Real nice.
The desert wind fans my hair out in front of my face. Surprisingly sweet. Almost invigorating. So like bliss? The inspiration beside me points to a building in the distance. Faint electronic music seems to radiate through the colorful walls.
Your place?
My crib. Yeah.
Inside, it's warmer. Cozy but loud. Blaring with chimes and chiptunes and peppy high-energy music. That is a fever dream of a room. Jesus Christ. Like, is there a dimension or isn't there? Is that like the fifth dimension or what? There's milk inside too? Where? Where's the milk carton? Oh yeah, there. There's milk. And bubble tea. And donuts. And happy cats. The avocado. I don't know, this is like... Yeah, I hate to say it, but like the vending machine and the Shiba Inu are definitely giving up Asian vibes. It's Bliss's room, that's for sure. Cattell is the blue teddy with a slightly horrifying expression. That's horrifying. That dude isn't horrifying at all. Tag yourself, yes, tag yourself in there. I don't know, with a smile that, like the smile, that smile of the lucky cat is so big it looks fake. So I'm like, that's kind of me. But other than that, anything I'm like, yeah, that's me. I don't know, maybe one of the old TV screens. Those are very 90s. Alternatively, the bubble tea, your love. I can live with the bubble tea. Hey, the straw isn't actually a straw. It's like, it has like it's a tap. Rosy bullet beanbag chair, lumpy and soft, physically and emotionally. But that one also has a smile, look. There's a creepy little smile here and two eyes here. She was also having an expression of despair I can relate to. I don't know, is that despair? Or is that just, I lost my last 2 brain cells. Creepy little struggle squeezing. I don't know, maybe I'm the donut cushion. I kind of feel that as well. Or like the bunny over here. That pink bunny is also kind of like a mood.
Pull up a beanbag. Drink?
As long as it's not the bubble tea, yeah.
Do
Please.
you drink? Or eat?
Do I need to? Nah. Do I want to? Course. Tasty's tasty.
Truth's truth. I have to stay focused. Right now I feel very happy with my choice of Bliss as like my character. Like her vibe. And like her energy and her way of thinking. Every time I look around me, this world seems completely implausible. Have you considered that it's not following the rules you are familiar with them?
Are you real? Or...
You real? Like, of course she's real.
Us lot, aspirations. We're the proof that you lot, humans, exist.
There you go.
the proof we exist?
Yeah. You exist, so we exist. And if we exist, then...
You exist.
Humans exist.
And that concludes our segment on philosophy.
That was a wonderful conversation, by the way, Rosie and Catilla.
Try not to think about it too much. I don't.
Cool. That's reassuring, somehow. Even the gods of this place don't know how it works.
Listen, you just need to see the Augural as a board game.
Cool.
You've got your resources, your goals, your supporting characters. It's just a game. Chillax, enjoy, have fun with it.
Chillax? No, she's deflecting.
Earlier, you said that this was serious. There could be consequences.
There already are consequences. I've made choices. That means we've already had consequences.
Sure, but I don't like the word consequences. Too many vowels. Don't much like vowel either.
Is everything a game to you?
No, not everything.
The aspiration's mood shifts immediately. The room feels a little darker, a little less cheery.
The future isn't. The future is important, vital. And the future, our future, is in your hands.
Too many vowels, consequences as too many consonants for Catilla's taste. Well, you and Bliss should just team up, then the word stops existing altogether, and there would be no more consequences. Wouldn't that be cool?
The Augural.
Aspirations have been around since the dawn of humankind. We've guided you, and we've been guided by you.
We're connected.
More than connected. You exist because we exist. And the other way round as well.
Okay, but who was here first? Like, who's the chicken and who's the egg in this?
If we die, you die.
But yeah, for you to die, wouldn't that mean like every single human on Earth would lose the aspiration for bliss? Like to have bliss in their life? Isn't that what it means? Like, isn't that like impossible?
And I don't want to die. No siree.
There's a break. A silence filled by the sound of Bliss's sanctuary. Enough for Bliss to wordlessly express that she's talked enough.
Fine. I'll explore the future.
Yeah! And have fun with it. I'll be around, listening, chiming in. Unless I'm in the middle of a game, of course.
Of course.
Once outside, I pause for a moment, watching an immovable sun casting its light onto the bunker. The egg, girl, the egg! Embrace the egg! I've heard the Finnish word with most vowels in a row is hey, girl, don't know how to pronounce that, which sounds very funny. It's a compound word consisting of 3 words and meaning wedding night intention. Wedding night intention? Never heard anyone use it, but apparently it's one of those words with a record, you know? So it's just a complicated word for sex? Too many vowel and umlaut. Thank you for the quote, Catilla. Yeah, thank you for it. it hits me. Aspirations aren't good or bad, noble or evil. They are what they are. All of them. Representations of the fallible, malleable human psyche. Become egg. Embrace the egg. Be the egg. Become the egg. No, just your intentions for the night. Could mean sex or just like eating ice cream if that's what you plan to. Okay. But like, usually it will be sex. Like, I mean, that's also like a weird, like, okay, quick rant. That has always been a kind of weird thing to me, that a wedding, like basically a wed couple is not like legally married until they had sex. Like basically them having sex after being declared a married couple is like part of the process to be like, okay, and now it's like official. Like you said, I never heard anyone use it. Okay. I mean, that's fair. So join forces with bliss, power, another aspiration. I would like to stick with bliss for now. It's really weird and creepy for sure. Yeah. It's up to me to decide. Yeah, I want to stick with bliss, thank you. A long road ahead. My head is buzzing with thoughts. Now what? Whatever's brewing here, it's big. Bigger than my mother disappearing. I step closer to the heart of Reverie. Its blue flames don't seem to burn.
Hey, you still here?
Yeah? I turn around. Bliss is standing right in front of me. Sure, the music in the egg was very... catchy.
Didn't mean to scare you. Sorry.
There's more to it than she's ready to share. I can sense it.
This is a lot. Are you real? Is any of this real? Or am I having some sort of waking nightmare?
Okay. You've asked the realness question. We kind of gotten an answer. Is any of this real? I mean, you can ask that question in our reality. Like, sometimes I wonder if what I'm experiencing as my life is real, because sometimes it feels very unreal. Like, it's hard to explain, but I have these days or these moments where I'm like, it feels so surreal that I am a human being with my own mind and my own emotions and my own life, and it's like I'm interconnected to so many other lives, some stronger, some more briefly, but like I've met thousands of people in my life, some brief, some longer, made an impact or not. And you know, like, just if you think about everything, how we are connected but still individuals, and like you can get on a whole like complex philosophical discussion. Sometimes I kind of do that and be aware of all of that, and then it's once you start thinking about it, like really thinking about the whole implications of being alive, it gets very weird very quickly, at least for me, and feels extremely surreal. I'm having some sort, like, I don't know, does it feel like a nightmare? Like, I've had nightmares. They look nothing like what you have had. Like, it's strange for sure, but so far I would say it's a strange dream. Like, what about this is nightmarish to you? Other than maybe the prospect of a dying world, which survival rests solely on your shoulders. Like, that can be daunting. Is that where the nightmare is coming from?
First, thanks, nightmare indeed. Second, it's very real, Sprout.
Also, I love that Bliss, who is portrayed as such a young character, calls us Sprout. Just shows that this character is really ageless and timeless, and in actuality, like, their youthful portrayal is, you know, just that. It just looks.
I just need a minute.
Another
It's
one?
okay. Really.
Oh my god, why am I hating on our protagonist so much?
We're really impressed by everything you've done so far. Soon, you'll be able to see even further on the Augural.
How far ahead?
Depends on your choices, on who you side with, on what happens.
She's uncomfortable.
I can tell you don't exactly trust me. Even
I
if I
trust you.
can't read your mind anymore.
Let's be honest
You
here.
mentioned my mother. As soon as I stepped into all this, you knew. And you wanted me to find her. What's going on with her? Do you know Ashila?
Can aspirations brave? Because if so, Bliss just took the biggest gulp of air ever.
Ursula was here before. In your shoes. In this place. Wearing this necklace.
Thought so.
And she tried to do everything you've been doing today, and...
She failed.
Rosy Posy's Rosy Posy. See you in a
She
bit.
wasn't the right person. Why? I can't tell you directly.
Okay, not the right person to save Reverie, or not the right person to be the aspiration of harmony. Or was she maybe another aspiration? Like, how is that meant? Like, wasn't our mother harmony as well? Was she another aspiration? Like, I'm pretty sure she was harmony, like, intended to tell us she was harmony before us. But you never know. You never know, maybe she wasn't. For every mystery solved, two secrets are added. What, am I playing Blueprints all of a sudden?
Whatever happened, it broke us. It almost ruined Reverie. And we forgot. Our minds, our bodies were twisted and erased.
We forgot. Our minds, our bodies were twisted and erased. Okay. You could play Blueprints on Expedition 33. Ah. We like need to get you a Steam Deck ASAP, because I doubt that these games have to go on be available on Nintendo Switch, like ASAP. One of these, whatever happens faster. I turn away from Bliss. A minute. I just need a minute. Today's been a string of stolen minutes, wild concepts, shocking discoveries.
We need your help. And you need ours. There's an aspiration called truth. They know a lot. I mean, of course.
I was just about to say, they look interesting, and hello, I think I'm gonna love truth. I'm all for truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Give it to me. I feel like Steam Decks look big enough where I could start struggling with having the energy to play for a long time. But fair, I've never seen one IRL. You wish it looked like Truth? Truth looks kind of hot. Truth looks great. Such androgyny.
If you could find a way to save them, it would mean the world to us.
Okay, save Truth. Love the look as well.
I know it's unfair to ask you to go out
Like, I love
there
all the
without any
character
more
designs so
information.
far. Yes, that's very unfair, by the way, Bliss. Thank you very much. Like, it's hard to make decisions with that little information. Also, did that one pillar always glow red? Or is that, like, I would have to go back on and check earlier screens? Or is that
It'll be
is that
okay.
new?
I understand the stakes. And I'll do my best.
I give her a tentative smile. I need to get back to Nora. Meet with Laszlo. Search for my mother and this truth. No time to lose. History. Select the past note to display an overview of its contents. Progression. The game is saved automatically after each note played. You can restart a chapter from the start as long as it has not been completed. This option is available from the pause menu. Okay, so you're telling me before... Okay, so here I have the dialogues again. Okay, I'm just wondering, so is it already too late? I'm guessing it's already too late to replay. Okay, so, but I can replay a chapter as long as it's not finished. Okay, it sounds like I can, in theory, explore. Like, okay, that makes me wanna think, like, should I do that and try to go through a chapter multiple ways and explore every path? And then make the, like, then see where both paths lead and... You know what, I feel like I'm... Right now I'm not inclined to do that, like that's an option apparently. But I feel more inclined to like stick to a path and commit to the choices I make. And potentially play a second playthrough where I make different choices. The moment I find out, no, we didn't find out yet who Laszlo is. We should have his name in the companion, but it's currently not available. So yeah, only the name. That's the game to go back and check the dialogues. That's very nice. But like, I feel like that's a standard feature for at least a somewhat good visual novel game. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter. Act overview. This is the act overview. It appears when reaching the end of a chapter. An act is composed of several chapters, each having its own objectives. The act overview is a simplified version of all the chapters composing an act. This is the objective you have just completed by helping Nora make decisions about her future. It's now part of your ongoing journey towards the main pivot points of the story, the outcomes. An outcome represents the conclusion of great events of the future. It was piss, Rosie. For some reason it was piss. I really prepared enough. Yeah, this is like my second or third, no. First, second, third, fourth. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, I've played a few. Yeah, I don't understand why Automat suddenly hates piss. It's not like we've never said piss before. I don't know. It's one of our favorite things. Sure. Okay, an outcome represents the conclusion of great events of the future. They are unlocked by the crystals you collect throughout the chapters. At the end of a chapter, all the crystals you have collected are automatically transferred to the outcomes. Okay. Unlocking an outcome generally requires a large number of crystals. At the end of an act, you'll have to pick an outcome. On the augural, you can press whatever that is at any time to access the act overview. Yeah, we talk about peace all the time. Yeah, we just saw the picture of a new aspiration called Truth, who looked very hot. We're gonna meet down in some point in the future. Maybe the next act. Excellent news! Excellent news! Do not hesitate to check it regularly to see your progress towards the outcome you are aiming for. Okay, Act 1, Chapter 2. More glory and more grief than I can tell. Familiar face for an emotion. Laszlo's expecting me, maybe more than anyone else is. Reveal 2 notes. Okay, it looks like we have to choose between either bliss or truth. Sorry, I just want to check because there is a connection to this. Okay, what is this? Is that connected to these two? How much can I zoom out? It's gotta be, right? It's probably these two it's connected to. I'd be guessing. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna stick with bliss or if we're gonna stand with truth. Revelation. The eye symbol means that the note will trigger a revelation. Ah, okay, so yeah. It's connected to the closed ones on the top. Revelations unveil notes that are still invisible to Polly on the augural. See the links extending from the icon? They point to the nodes that will be revealed. Saw them! Okay, now it's disconnected. Yeah, thought so. Seamus Creek. Shooting star. Quick, make a wish. Another one. I look up at the sky. The clouds floating by. What clouds, girl? Obscuring the newly revealed stars. Wait! There's nothing obscuring them. Familiar, but unknowable. Beautiful, but ever changing.
I came out here for like 2 hours last week.
I would do that too.
I believe it.
They suck you in, don't they? Especially when the sea's calm and you can see them reflected down there.
Make a wish. Be another thing I fall in my head. Oh. Not even wishing for like some nice cake. I look over at her, neck craned upwards, a half smile on her lips. She seems calmer. I'm glad. That's a great idea. Don't I always have great ideas?
All right. Time to rip off the bandage. Let's go see Laszlo.
I'll be at your side.
I know you will.
Okay, and what is so problematic about Laszlo? She lowers her gaze from the heavens to look me in
You
the eye.
haven't seen him the last few days? Full on denial. It's killing me to see him like this.
Sounds rough. But we'll find a way. Right? Even if we have to outdrink him with his own imported beers.
Also wish your acne would stop bothering you. I wish that as well. Send pictures of it to a doctor. That takes effort and also would mean I'd have to interact with a doctor. Some more hugs. To drinking with someone forward BS. Okay. Was a little distracting. Okay, so Laszlo, full on denial, potentially about Ursula. Drinks imported BS. Okay, that is an uncomfortable combination. Like denial, like strong emotions, strong negative emotions, and alcohol. That wins me another smile. Clear
They
this
are
time.
so expensive. And I'm broke, just so you know.
Yeah, I already got it. We walk through the streets of our childhood, laughter bouncing off the old familiar walls. We chat as we go. We're sad that one store closed, amazed that another has managed to stay open. We laugh, a godsend considering the circumstances. But the further we walk, the worse the flicker gets. Once Marsh? You walked all the way here? That seems like it would be hella far. Images of other places. Impossible places. Reverie. Okay, no, we're in Reverie again. Okay. Birds flutter about my head, phasing in and out of reality. And a kindly voice calls my name. Oh, please let it be truth. And then he's there, in front of me. The Master Yoda of this world or what?
Greetings. Oh, did I startle you?
Oh! Bond! Not truth yet.
Where am I? Who are you? Another aspiration?
Exactly. I'm Bond. My siblings keep forgetting about me. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
It's quite ironic that the other aspirations tend to forget about Bond. Doesn't seem like they don't have a strong bond.
No. I guess I'm getting used to it. I feel at home, somehow.
Also, they're doing the string game. Everyone did as kids, at least here. Here as well. Like, maybe not everyone, but it's a popular one. Even still today, like, I still see kids regularly doing it. And, you know, bond over it.
Naturally. My path is one of community, friendship, and empathy. My mangrove forest is a place of warmth and safety.
But it's a mangrove forest, so where's the alligator?
And I am an excellent host. The journey before you, Harmony, is one with many roads and even more destinations. I am here to guide you towards those that lead to understanding, not conflict.
Love the music. It's the same sequence of tones and it just echoes, it switches between left and right and just gets progressively quieter.
I know this won't be as simple as that, unfortunately.
Oh, you mean your mother. I know you will find a way to see eye to eye with her.
Fat chance, but sure. Let's pretend that's even remotely possible.
I don't wish to keep you. Before you go, I have but one piece of advice. Remain mindful of others. Then your journey may be one of discovery, not destruction.
I'd like that. Laszlo's bar. Okay, here we are. Before I can reply to this newest aspiration, I blink and I'm back on
Turns
Atomar.
out he wasn't even talking to me. Can you believe it? What an idiot.
Yeah! Total idiot.
Well, We're here.
She's right. Laszlo's bar. I give her a reassuring nudge, and we head to the counter. The place hasn't changed at all, except it's a little messier. Just a little. A lot messier, in fact. Oh, well, oh, cool! The bridge was shaking when the train went over it. Nice detail. But the rest... The ramshackle seating, the sticky counter, the rumble of the tram line overhead. This place always felt like a second home to me. And there, tending the bar...
Polly! You're here. I'm so glad you're finally here.
Okay. So far he seems nice. Laszlo. He leaves the counter and comes over. Before I can react, he's grabbed me in a bear hug. My phone jams up into my ribs and I force a smile.
My word, it's good to see you, Polly. You look like a strong breeze would knock you over. Are you eating? Here, look, I've got snacks behind the bar.
Nora rolled her eyes. She wasn't wrong. His smile is too wide, his voice a bit too loud. Laszlo's a jolly fellow, but this is a bit too jolly for the situation. Why? Distant objectives. Okay, several objective nodes have been revealed. It will be impossible to gather the crystals required to complete both objectives. You'll have to make a decision. Will you follow Bliss's path or Bond's instead? Okay, so the question is, I'm wondering... I guess I can look at these. Like, I click on them and check them out, what they are. I'm wondering if I should. Interesting how soon they make you make a choice. I guess the intention of the game is, yeah, look at these, because then you can kind of make the choice, like... You can, like, plan what kind of outcome, like, you can work towards the outcome you want to achieve. But I'm here still like, wouldn't it be more interesting to simply go from the story and, like, the thing is we know so little. Like, going from what I know, which... Like, that's what I like to do. Make choices based on that. Ask Nora about Laszlo. Hold off for now. Okay, so they introduced this game mechanic so you can check these out and make your choices based on that, right? So I shouldn't feel bad about doing it, even though I kinda do. Okay, that one time I'm gonna try. Laszlo finally talks to Nora. Okay, that's Bliss's path. Laszlo opens up to his friends. Someone goes away and the community falls apart. Bring it back together, let it heal in unity. What? Why is the path of bond leading to... What? Bring it back together? Community fall. Oh, that feels weird. Okay, give me an act overview. Okay, so the thing is... Okay, outcomes. At least right now I can see two outcomes. For one, I need 13 bliss crystals, which I guess means I would just have to stick to bliss pretty much all the way through, at least that's what I'm expecting. Or 13 power or bond crystals. Like power or bond, like is that... I'm guessing that's depending on the choices you make at the beginning. Like since I chose bliss now, she's like my primary aspiration, and I'm not sure if I even can get power crystals anymore, so maybe I can only get bond now. Yeah, so I'm not sure. What do I want? I mean, I like bond as an aspiration. But I'm not sure if I want to abandon bliss. But honestly, I would, in this situation, like if I knew nothing else, I would go with this. Ask Nora about Laszlo. Why do you want to stay with Bliss and saying you shouldn't? Just wondering. Just because I like her as an aspiration, I like her vibe a lot. And I don't know. I just want to have bliss in my life, you know? That's basically all that it does to it. But you know what? I'm gonna take with Bond here. Let's be direct. Ask Nora about Laszlo. Makes sense. Laszlo bustles off to grab some unheated snacks, sending an errant beer bottle skittering across the cobbles.
What's up with him?
He's been like this ever since Ursula disappeared. It's unbearable. He pretends everything's fine, like she's gonna waltz through the door any minute. Whenever I bring it up, he gets angry. So, I stopped. He has his own way of showing his feelings, I guess.
Okay, something's afoot with Laszlo. Something besides Ursula's disappearance. Let's go. With Laszlo fussing about behind the counter, Nora smiles and goes over the chat with some regulars. There are a few faces I recognize, names bubbling up from the fog of forgotten memory, Leslie's friends. They look older, shrunken almost. Snippets of conversation that drift my way. He's not been the same in these last 3 days. What's wrong with him? I turned my head away. I don't need to hear anymore. They're worried too. I need to do something. Inevitable nodes. This is an inevitable node. You have no choice but to play this type of node when it becomes available. Laszlo leads the conversation. Laszlo's a pro at avoiding serious subjects. No choice but to listen to him for now. I try to strike up a conversation with him, but he immediately launches into a discussion of Alma's politics and the price of importing beer. I let him do the talking. It feels good to hear him talk about mundane things.
Did Nora tell you about the storm a while back?
I've seen pictures. How bad was it?
Bit of flooding around the island, but the walls held and the roof barely leaked at home. Nora helped board up the bar. We had a good laugh at all the drowned drones the next day. Spotted some MK folks trying to scoop them up before they floated out to sea.
Competitive drone fishing.
He smiles, and his face relaxes somehow.
A sport where nobody wins.
Okay, now next choice. I mean, we can make another choice for either Bliss. Okay, interestingly, we were initially told that we cannot gather enough crystals to have both choices available. I'm questioning that. It was interesting. It sure is always interesting. Okay, a helping hand. Laszlo needs support, even if he won't admit it. Why don't you show him the way? If he's too shy to talk in front of Nora, you should give him some privacy. Okay, speak about MK, speak about Ursula. What do we have here? Warn him about denial. Be gentle. Ask him how he feels. Ask him about Nora. Okay, so basically, what do I want him to talk about? About Ursula? About MK? About what? Do I want to warn him about being in denial? I want to be gentle. I mean, ultimately, I'd either want to be gentle or have him talk about Ursula. And I think I'd like him to talk about Ursula. I think I'm gonna go this route. A helping hand, talk about the naiads, speaks about Ursula. Let's try that. I mean, I guess until we finish it, like, we can, in theory, go back. So maybe we can also try that. This is going to be tough. Laszlo is open and generous, but when it comes to his feelings, not so much. It could be hard to get through to him. I'll wait until he's busy with a customer to talk to Nora.
Okay, here's the plan. We have to get his guard down, or he'll stay like this forever. And that's no good for anyone. So, it's time for some bar work.
What?
Just follow my lead.
I rise and walk behind the bar as confidently as I can. Nora follows close after me.
Come on, move over.
What are you two up to?
Tending bar. Judging from the state of this place, you can use all the help you can get.
Well, the place is looking a little untidy, I suppose. A bit busy, you know?
Looks like a bomb's gone off, Grandpa.
The nerves on this girl.
But he smiles. The banter's enjoyable after all.
I love you too.
I think I'm gonna like this path. Revocation. The X means the next node will trigger a revocation. It will block access to other nodes forever. Select the nodes where revocation to these nodes will be blocked. We got it, okay. He looks young for that grandpa. He does. Okay, so how do I get back? Okay, I did want to talk about the night. So I'm not sure, like, the game told me I can replay and stuff. Do I have to start at the beginning again? I mean, here I can only read. Okay, not sure how that replaying thing is supposed to work. But I'm absolutely fine about not replaying a chapter and just going, like, you know. If I can't figure it out, I'm fine with that as well. And just commit to my choices. Alright, talk about the naiads. Well, if it's just at the end of the chapter, well, didn't the game say you can as long as you haven't reached the end of a chapter yet? Or did I read that wrong? I start to tidy up, grabbing discarded bar racks, bottles, and still smelling glasses. Not sure? I'm not sure anymore either. Nora looks at me, confused. Hands full, I jerk my head toward a pile of dirty bar mats. Wordlessly, she collects them, shoveling them into the tiny washer. A smile appears on her face.
So, the naiads is looking good?
The storm hit hard, so we had to fix and paint a lot of stuff in there.
He takes a glass from the bar and begins to clean it vigorously. I see a flash of fear in his eyes as they dart toward Nora. There's something unsaid here. That's highly unusual for Laszlo.
Nora, careful with the glasses.
I know.
But thank you. I probably needed some help over here.
I could swear he was about to say as well. Laszlo speaks about Ursula. Bless, let him talk. He's ready to open up to you, Harmony. Let's have him talk. After a moment of silence, Laszlo places the glass back on the counter. He stares ahead, lost in thought. When he speaks, his voice is tight and cautious. Not the same man we've been seeing so far tonight.
I don't want to worry you girls. She'd been acting off for weeks.
Ja, nu så funkar det. There was some Okay, there was either some voice acting missing or I clicked away too fast.
It's
No
okay.
feelings.
It's gonna be okay.
He lowers his eyes. Like, what is the relationship between Ursula and Nora? I'm not getting it yet. Like, are they friends? Are they related? Is he like the brother-in-law or something? Like, I don't know. Sorry. He lowers his eyes. It looks like he's wrestling with something. And are we related to Nora? I mean, maybe we can get the information in like the character info. I'm gonna check that out next chance I got.
Didn't want to involve you. We had enough problems already with the money and MK. I'm sorry.
Grandpa, it's okay. We understand.
They were our problems. I thought I could deal with them myself, and, well, time to figure out what comes next.
Okay, let's check. Oh, come on, really? Don't I have my companion or somewhere? Okay, here I can start a restart a chapter. Ah, okay. Codex. Here. Laszlo. Born April 13th, 1974, former nurse and owner of a well-established bar in Alma. Widower of Alex Natalicia, with whom he had one daughter, Marusha Casa. Met Ursula Beauclair, first time we have a last name, on duty at St. James's Hospital, was one of the first community members to join her in renovating the Naiads. Briefly sat on the city council in the 90s. Definitely not the grandpa unless find the future. Became his granddaughter Nora's legal guardian when Marusha Casa chose not to raise her child. Refused multiple offers from Mono Concern to franchise his bar. Okay. Nora. Born June 9th, 2010. Studied economics with a minor in arts. Her grandfather Laszlo Casar is a guardian and has raised her since her parents relinquished custody. Look so close in age. They do. I mean, yeah, like close. I guess he aged well. I'd buy him being Nora's dad, but grandpa? I mean, yeah, he was only... That's a good point, by the way. Nora was born in 2010. He was born 1974. So he was only 36? When Nora was born? Am I doing that math wrong? No, it's 26, right? 2010? 74? $36? So what? Did he have like a child at 16 and his daughter also had a child at 16 or what? Or did he have a child at 20 and his daughter at 16 and that's why she refused to take custody? It's not old enough to be a grandpa without like crime setting happening. Not necessarily. Like actually that is, maybe we got more information on that, but that is the timeline I can get behind again because of personal experience. Like, for example, I don't remember how old my great grandmother was when she had my grandma, but probably in her early 20s. And I know that my grandma had my dad, who is her oldest son, at like 19 or something. So if you have like your first child in like your early 20s and they have a child in their late teens, then that can totally check out. Okay, Polly. She was born March 18th, 1998. Graduated with a degree in programming. Somehow it's unsettling that we have the Monoconcern logo in the background at all time. I mean, we will still not come up to 36. 36 is at least one younger teen parent, no? Well, if when his daughter was born, he was 20. And 16 years later, when she's 16, she has Nora. Then Nora is just born and he's 36. And now he's like 20 years older, so he's like 56. Okay, the question is basically, does this man look like 56? Because Nora graduated, so she's at least like, we don't necessarily know what year it is right now, but she would have to be at least like 20. Just horrified by the concept of someone having kids at 16. Horrifying for me as well, but it happens. It happens. Okay. Graduated with a degree in programming. Programming? Interesting. Moved abroad to work in biotech as a data analyst. Daughter of Ursula Beauclair and Marco Ricci. Raised by Miss Beauclair. Seldom returns to Athena since leaving 10 years ago. Nothing of interest to report. Okay, society. Athena is the oldest inhabited city in the Mediterranean Sea. Oh, okay, so we are in the Mediterranean Sea. That's good to know. It is now one of the most technologically advanced city-states in Southern Europe. Back to Nora's info? Sure. Oh, and I didn't completely read it. Right. Okay, studied economics with a minor in arts. Her grandfather Laszlo Kassar is her guardian. His parents relinquished custody. Failed first several years of college. Approached a fashion school on the continent for their first international class. Legal name changed at age 18. Seeing a speech therapist. Contacted from Monoconcern's health experiments. Wait, what? Uh-oh. I feel like I should have read that before I made that decision. You know, that one I felt like I didn't have enough information. And again, I reiterate, it's very concerning that we have the Monoconcern logo in the background here. Like, is that their information we are accessing? But it's the information they have about these people? So yeah, if I had read that sentence, I would have been like, girl, no. Nope. Nope. No. Okay, society. Athena again. Located at the crossroads of many influential civilizations, Athena was always destined for greatness. Thanks to Monoconcern, yeah, I was just about to say, that whole segment so far did not read like it was written by a marketing team at all. Yeah, I'm getting big concerns now as well. I should have checked out the codex earlier, like sooner than I did. And despite concern from bulky citizens, the island has been ushered into the 21st century. With safer streets, new buildings, cheaper access to technology, and lower taxes, Athena is now a trailblazer among European capitals. Laszlo's bar. One of the numerous bars built under the tram lines in the early 70s. Run by a colorful bartender for over 20 years, it has earned quite the reputation. Okay, and now I'm reading everything we have here under the guise of, okay, so this is MK information we're getting here. So it's colored through a certain lens. Yeah, who cares what the citizen thinks? Like, Mono Concern knows best. Under the City Council's Community Enhancement Program, tiny bars such as this one flourished around Athena's tram stations. However, they slowly disappeared in the 2010s and were replaced by larger, automated, multi-story breweries. This bar is among the last of its kind, importing beverages from neighboring islands and coasts. And that also explains why this sounds so like it has not. I mean, it has some red flags. Again, there are some red flags in there, but it sounds very polished, like no sharp angles, very neutral. You know, when I checked the codex for this information, and I saw, like back then, I saw the Mono Concern logo in the background. I didn't comment on it, but sorry, I have to burp. The hell? Like, I saw it. I saw the logo in the background. I didn't comment on it because I thought they just had whatever picture we had here, like the logo in the background. And like if I went to the bar, then we had something else in the background there. You know what I mean? So I thought it was just that the logo in the background was just for this entry, as a style choice for the entry about Mono Concern. Yeah, same wavelengths. Okay, Seamus Creek. Unfortunately, Alma's only public beach has been closed since the 90s because of the toxic water that is dumped into our sea. By who? Who is dumping toxic water into the sea? And who even says it's toxic? Maybe they just claim it's toxic so that no one goes to the beach. Okay, because of the toxic water dumped in our sea, swimming on this side of the island is strictly forbidden. Since the Green Hills Agreement of 2026, look, it's gonna happen next year, Mono Concern has been hard at work to rid our coast of pollution. It is confident that it will be able to clear our beaches by the end of the decade. A brand new water park near Seamus Creek will create new job opportunities. Okay, why does that sound like they either polluted it on purpose or claimed it's polluted to drop the property price, snack it for cheap, and then do whatever they want with it and try to profit? Just thoughts. Create new job opportunities. Construction at park should be compelled just as our shores are reopened to the public. Should be completed just as yeah. What a fucking coincidence. Yeah, exactly what it sounds like. Or they're doing something sneaky with the beaches. These bitches. Creeps. The Naiads. Built in 1924 on a former Oxian site, whatever Oxian is, the Naiads was once Alma's only public pool. With a structure loosely based on Oxian architecture, the Naiads was also meant to highlight Athena's cultural heritage. One of Alma's thriving gathering places, the Naiads was forced to shut down in the 80s when the city council fell into financial ruin. Who's running this? I'm worried about like the city and financial ruin and having a greedy company that has its tentacle fingers in a lot of very public, very essential areas. This is getting creepier and creepier by the second. It remained empty for a decade. Can you show MK's page again? Show it in a second. I just want to finish reading this. It remained empty for a decade until the successful local poetess and other community members managed to buy it back from the city. They transformed it into a multi-unit building, welcoming all kinds of artists. Okay, there you go. More the concern. I am very concerned. Like, I have more than one contact. It's not mono concern, it's multi concern. You're welcome. Okay, aspirations. Bliss. Oh, these have different ones. Look. That's a different symbol. Okay, citizens and society. Okay. I was just about to say, it would have been super creepy if Mono Concern would have also known about the aspirations. Like, what the fuck? Okay, bliss. The incarnation of primal dreams and childhood. Bliss embodies the need for joy and protection. An eternally innocent child, bliss is one of the oldest aspirations. Born from the earliest dreams of humankind, bliss always needs more. More love, more laughter, more comfort, and more security. She despises any form of hierarchy and has barely— oh my god! Bliss needs more security. That explains why her nest is a closed egg. Or like an egg, like a protective shell. It's literally a protective shell around her. I would immediately just trust all of the aspirations if MK have information on them. 100%. Or like, it would make me believe that we are not, like, this is really not true, that actually Polly is just, I don't know, being part of a medical experiment of MK, or like a technological, like basically that she's like hallucinating everything or stuff like that. She despises any form of hierarchy and has barely contributed Reverie's development. Her fears can sometimes overwhelm her and cause disasters, like the huge earthquake that divided Reverie's realms. Okay, definitely happy I'm reading all these. Bond. The kindest of all the aspirations. Bond is the connection between all things and strength in numbers. Selfishness is a foreign concept to Bond. He lives through the eyes and the feelings of others. Bond was once a multitude, but resigned himself to becoming a single being for the convenience of the other aspirations. This is mainly because he needs them to exist as forge the connections on which he thrives. Communication between the aspirations has greatly improved thanks to Bond, and he introduced the concepts of equality and inclusivity to dreams. That's dope. Power. The mighty aspiration of willpower, leadership, and strength protects Reverie at all cost. The mighty sovereign yearns for structure and conquest and is among Reverie's most influential aspirations. Power has helped create lands in Reverie's infinity, building bridges and boundaries over its endless ebb of ideas. He values action over words and prides himself on being the most trustworthy of the aspirations. From the very beginning, he has fought the void surrounding dreams to expand Reverie's domain, and he has fought back many nightmares to protect it. Okay. Sanctuaries. Bliss's unbreakable egg. The world of Bliss lies under a protective shell. Only in this untouched space can she retain her innocence and joy, or so she says. The egg first appeared within the void of the first ages of Reverie, a shelter from the storm of raw nightmares of old. Bliss was born there from the first dream of Hearth. With the help of the first oracle, Bliss expanded the egg significantly since then, adding more and more gadgets inside and protective devices outside. Okay, Bond's estuary. The once vibrant, thriving jungle has been quiet for a few cycles now. There, wrapped in shadows, swarms of life forms live and multiply. Bond knows each and every soul and secret that dwells within the boundless marsh, and he cares for them all. His mind swims through their energy, breathing new lives each day. Although his cosmos has lost much of his vital energy, Bond kindly watches over it like a shepherd, welcoming vagrant dreams as well. Okay, mythology. Okay, that's just... I'm not sure if I want to read those aspirations. Incarnations of humanity's yearnings, desires, and intelligence. We mortal beings have watched humankind from afar, only able to intervene through dreams and inspiration. We exist in this world. Though we may be few, we are united. From time to time, we choose a new heart, a leader, a guide, and occasionally a despot. Our voices travel to Brittle. Okay, so Brittle is that the word for Earth? Where we shape destinies. It has been so since the dawn of humanity and will always be so. Brittle, the material world where humankind lives. Humanity's actions produce egregore, the liquid vital to our existence. Brittle is a world of matter, time, dimensions, and gravity. However, despite its limits, Brittle is also a land of movement and energy. Guided by the right hand, it can produce great things. We can visit it, but we can't be seen there. Okay, harmony. As the link between Reverie and Brittle, this oracle is chosen to walk a special path. Each age, a single harmony is born, bringing hope of change to our realm. Every age, a single harmony is born. Okay. Okay, definitely feels like our mom is dead now. Like, doesn't that mean our mom is pretty much definitely dead? Otherwise, it reads like, or it feels like would have been impossible for us to take her, or like for Polly to take her place. Harmony is tasked with maintaining a balance between the two worlds. They ensure that egregore flows to Reverie and helps us aspirations extend our influence over Brittle, infusing more dreams into humans' minds. Maintaining this cycle is of the utmost importance. It does sound like that, right? Reverie. An intangible realm where ideas and concepts become real. Our home, independent of time and space. Reverie has always been, but it exists in tenuous and depends on Brittle. Without Brittle's physicality, dreams would shatter and hopes would wither. All of Reverie gravitates around the heart, a pulsating orb made of the texture of dreams. Our relationship with Brittle is symbolic. Our lives are connected. Very pretty art. Like, all the art in here is pretty. And the cutscenes are amazing, and like all of it. Okay, let's read on Edward. Like, I've already written almost up. Like, I've read up on almost all entries. Like, I can do this one. Like, this one as well. Egregore. Egregore is the texture of dreams, an energy that flows freely between worlds. At the very beginning were the four elements, still and separate. They needed egregore to come together and merge. This luminous substance holds an infinite amount of possibilities. It is both everything and nothing at the same time. invisible to the human eye. Egregore requires you to see past what is, and to see what could be. But be warned, Egregore is a powerful elixir that is lethal in large quantities. Okay. Necklace. A key to Reverie forged by a human with the help of an aspiration. This seemingly innocuous trinket acts as a portal between Brittle and Reverie. Some artifacts, such as this necklace, hold a piece of Reverie within their material confines. Few exist, and fewer are those able to wield their potential. Nevertheless, these artifacts always find their way to the right person. The Nexus. A place that belongs to all of us, and where our heart beats, pumping life into dreams. The Nexus is a neutral ground where we aspirations gather to discuss important matters. The heart of Reverie was once kept in the chosen aspirations sanctuary, sparking much tension among us. Truth and Bond worked to create this neutral space to hold the heart and come together, since sanctuaries are private and only open to those their owner allows inside. Lore. Okay, so it's all of the codex. I initially only wanted to read up on Laszlo. Okay, we now know I could restart a chapter, but I kind of don't like. I'd rather do that in a separate run. May the sun returns soon. It's been a long day, but there are still some things that need to be said. Night has fallen. The place is almost empty, apart from Laszlo's friends and the phone browsing Nora. A lot of texts. I'm curious, but it's not my place to investigate. At least not now.
It has been a day.
Definitely a day.
Tomorrow's creeping up on us already.
He nods his head at me, but this time it's genuine. There's a faint sparkle in his eyes. His armor isn't gone, but the straps have loosened. It's a start. Oh, that has a different text now. Oh! So it's what the aspirations are telling me in the moment, and they kind of change what they tell me depending on the choices I make. Interesting. So that makes more sense now. He has learned much today, yeah? Too bad Laszlo didn't reconnect with his granddaughter, but I kind of get your decision. Okay. Thanks for not being mad. Okay, Laszlo opened up to his friends. He has learned much today. With the help of others, he may grow stronger than he ever imagined. We decide to stay for a while. Nora for the atmosphere, me to see if I can pry off the last of Laszlo's armor. Then I get an idea to get him to talk.
Why don't we grab a drink with your friends over there, Laszlo?
He hesitates for a second before grabbing a big bottle from the fridge.
Sure.
We join Laszlo's posse around the farm table. All the folks from Atina and abroad. It all feels so normal. Derogatory jokes at Laszlo's expense, talk of the islands and of armor. IMK. The new neighborhood they raised and rebuilt. someone mentions that Ursula's fought the construction for years, and it happens.
I need to come clean, folks. Ursula's been gone for a few days. She's disappeared.
This is news to the rest of the group.
I feel responsible. And I'm sorry if, you know, I hurt you.
Around the table, people show their support. Hands are shaken. Promises are made to go out and look out for her. And look for her. Ask questions. It's all quite moving. And when things calm down, his eyes meet mine. Is that gratitude?
The truth is, I knew it was coming. That something was coming, at least. Things have felt off for weeks. At home. Here. A feeling in the air. Again, sorry. To all of you. Nora, first of all. Sorry. I just... It's hard. I didn't want anyone else to bear the burden.
Nora smiles gently, strides to the chair next to her grandfather and leans over. She rests her head on his considerable shoulder. For the first time since I arrived, I see a genuine smile across his face. I don't know, I don't feel bad about that choice. Consequences of objectives. The objective nodes may generate consequences that impact later chapters of the story. It will give you access to entire branches of the future and cut you off from others. Keep this in mind when planning your route on the Algorel. I wonder why Laszlo was spamming us in the beginning. End of the chapter. Because of the choices you made when dealing with Laszlo, you made great progress towards an outcome. You have chosen a path laid out before you ban aspiration, but the future might still be in your hands. Outcomes may have greater consequences than objectives. Will you stay on the same path, or would you rather change the course of the future? Oh, okay, so is that only the end of the first act? Okay, I only thought that would be... like the big end for the entire story, but it's just... Okay, apparently it's just the first act. I'm not sure. Okay. I can think about that and see about that next time, because it's getting a little hot. And I feel like even though we didn't finish the act, it would probably be an even better place to stop. But like finishing a chapter feels like a good place to stop for the day and continue next time. Alright. I'll just quickly exit the game. I was just about to say I need to rest, and it's a good point to stop for me. Yep, it's a good place for stop for me as well, because I'm kind of hot and kind of tired and kind of headachy and kind of exhausted, and it's kind of late. So yeah, kind of a good place to stop. We are on the same wavelengths today, Katella. Real. I think I was so proud of me yesterday. Like yesterday I did so much self-care. Like I colored my hair, not just the pink, I also did the blue, because that was already very washed out. I even did a hair mask, and I did some very overdue foot care. My feet feel amazing today. And then today my mental health just crashes, because I'm just so insecure. But yeah, that is something I will not bother you with here. That's something for DMs and chats and... yeah. Thank you for being here, Rosie. It's... I don't have the words to express to you how much it means for you to be here. Like, for all of you. Sorry for the science exam that came out of nowhere. Look, I have a very anxiety-laden day, so like, totally fine. Totally fine. Listening to this very soothing though. Oh, I love that. Big love to you as well. I would love to hug you guys and kiss you guys in real life like so bad and give you gifts. Like, honestly, like, I want to pester Catilla about their address and be like, let me gift you a Steam Deck so you can play more games. But I'm like, no, that's overstepping and like private information, and they're probably not comfortable with that. But I'm like, that like, I feel like that's all I can do to like show, like, I'm someone I want to show people how much I appreciate them, and I always struggle with. I feel like words aren't enough. Yeah, like whatever. Like, I don't know. I'd do it though. For you, I'd do it. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for being here. I hope you enjoyed stream. It's something different. Like, I feel it's like, it's not really the first visual novel. Like, I've done a visual novel kind of game year and a half ago almost. That was Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. And that was very visual novel-y. Like, it basically is a visual novel as well. Interestingly, it felt less like one, but it very much was one. It was a lot of fun. My mic was shit that day. Like, the recording is shit, but the game is really cool. But yeah. Just thanks for being here, for everything. For all the quirky, niche, super unconventional games I play here, and for all like the OGs, the all-stars, the legends who are here, and yeah, just are here, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Rosie. That's I'm just reading that, so thank you so much. I love that you have a safe place here for people who can be horny. Horny! That's a baby. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you. Stay safe, stay healthy. And I hope I see you again soon. I love you all. Bye.